Good morning, class. I'm here with the next topic of the second module, advanced classes. Firstly, I share the PPT, and after that, I will explain in front of you what are the things. So please listen carefully. As it as I discussed in the previous class about class and their work, their functions, and now moving to the advanced class. Firstly, I will give an example and a diagram in front of you about the class and their relationship. Here is the engine class. Engine class having capacity, flow, number of cylinders, start, stop, acceleration. These are the member of the engine class. And now moving to the car. Car class, these are the classes. Example of a car having some classes in the class in the car. Car having class of engine, car having class of body, gearbox, brake, wheel, tire, suspension. These are the different classes. Each class have their elements as I mentioned in this diagram. Firstly, I'm discussing with the car class. Car class having registration number, model, year, a license number, move forward, move backward, stop, turn right, turn left. As I mentioned, some customized feature of car. Now moving to the next class is engine. Engine class have capacity, number of cylinders, start, stop, accelerate. These are the element which is included in the engine class. Same for moving for the gearbox. Gearbox is a class. Gearbox class include gearbox type, string, gearbox ratio, current gear, shift up, shift down. As you work when you're driving the car, these type of things are within the flow of driving, but in the whole body but with the whole, if we are talking about a vehicle. eh, Vehicle is anything, car, bus, truck, anything. It's include these type of all classes, and each class has some functions, some features, as I told you in this class also. Here moving to the body, number of doors, suspension is also a class, spring rate. Nowadays a suspension have changing so many types. Brake type, apply, wheel diameters, tire width and air. This is an example of class and what are their attributes within a each and every class. So now moving to the advanced class modeling. What is advanced class modeling? Advanced class is include advanced object and class concepts, association ends and array, association, aggregation, abstraction classes, multi inheritance, metadata refinations, construct constraints, derived data, and packages. These are the points which are included in an advanced class modeling, or we can say in an advanced class design. Advanced class have some concept, because when we are talking about class is a nothing but it's just a blueprint of object. As I told in definition of class, as you all know about the definition of class, class is a blueprint of object. So when we are talking about a class, it it's automatically in talking about the objects. So object is a main part of a class for designing. Here, advanced object and class concept, enumerations, multiplicity, scope, and visibility. These four kinds concept are used for advanced class designing or advanced class development in a software development process. Now, moving to the enumeration. Enumeration is a data type, a set of values together with a set of operations on those values to determine a new simple data type called enumeration type. We need two things: one, name for the data types, and second, set of values for data type. Here, enumeration is just like a data type, and two things are needed in the enumeration. First one is name of the data type, and second one is the value of data type. For example, in enum is a keyword for using enumeration, and in the curly braces we are using false and true, two things. Enum rank, this is the pattern of writing a enumeration within the development phase within the codes. Here, firstly, I am giving some example in front of you. Enum is a keyword. False and true, two values which I tell you, data type and value type. Here we are mentioning two values, false and true. Enum rank 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack, Queen, King, S. Enum colors black, blue, green, and red. The values are written in all caps because they are constant. Here, one more thing is note down writing a values in a caps, capital letter. It means they are constant. Now moving to the some explanation portions. When constructing a model, we would carefully note enumerations because they often occur and are important to users. Enumeration are also significant for an implementation. We may display the possible values with a picked list. Do not use a generalization to capture the values of an enumerated attributes. An enumeration is merely a list of values. Generalization is a means for structuring the description of objects. Enumeration in the UML, and enumeration is a data type. The second section lists the enumeration values. Example: Boolean type, true and false. For example, the statement enum color brown, blue, red, green, yellow define a new data type called color, and the value belonging to this data type are brown, blue, red, green, and yellow. This example shows the clear picture of the enumeration. Now, second example for enumerations, how to define or what are the statement, how to create a statement of enumeration. First, here I mentioned enum is a keyword, color is a data type, and these are the values put inside the curly braces. Now, second example on this, enum is a keyword, standing is a data type, and these are the values. Defines standing to be an enumeration type. The values belonging to standing are freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. These are the values. Now, moving to the scope. As I mentioned, in the concept of advanced class and objects, enumeration and scope. Scope defines in the UML specifies two type of scope for members: instance and classifier. Classifier members are commonly recognized as static in many programming language. The scope is the class itself. Attribute values are equal for all instance. Method invocation does not affect the instance's state. These are the classifier in the scope. Scope are basically in OAD, instance and classifier are commonly recognized as a static in many programming language. The scope is the class itself. Attribute values are equal for all instance, and method invocation does not affect the instance state. Now, instance members are scoped to specific instance. Instance members are specific instance. Attribute value may vary between instances. Method invocation may affect the instance state. Change instance attributes to indicate a classifier scope for a member. Its name must be underlined, otherwise instance scope is assumed by default. Scope individual member data attributes may have either class scope or instance scope. Class scope, a single copy of an attribute, is shared by all instances of the class. In UML, you underline the attribute to indicate class scope. Product count int. This underline is show is class scope. If we are going to see a diagram of UML of any development process, if there is present in the class underlined, that it will be a scope, because is in UML you underline the attribute before going to design a UML diagram of a particular development process. Then if there are a scope present there, so the we can underline the attribute to indicate class scope. Now moving to the next, instance scope. Each instance of a class would have its own copy of the attribute. All attributes have instance scope by default. Visibility. Visibility is also a concept including in the advanced class concept. Visibility is more as important as all things, as scope, as enumeration, as visibility is also a very important part, because visibility refers to the ability of a method to reference a feature from another class and has the possible values of public, protected, and private. These are the features include in the visibility. Public, visible anywhere that the class in which it appears. Invisible, donated by plus sign. Package, visible anywhere in the package containing the class in which it appears, denoted by hyphens. Protected, visible in the class in which it appears and all its subclass, denoted by hash. These are different type of visibility of a class. If we are saying a class is public, it means the class in which it appears, it is visible for appear, it is visible for anywhere. If a package is anywhere in the package containing, please mention these things. it will be it will be appear in anywhere in the class, but in the package it will be display or appear anywhere in package containing the class. Now for protected, visible in the class in which it appear. This is protected. It is visible in the class that it will be appear and all its subclasses. In this class, this will be appear. It denoted by hash. Private, visible on or visible only in the class in which it appears. Private is only for a single class. It's appear on those class in this, and that class it will be defined or appear only for a, not in all anywhere. It's only for in the class in which it appear and denote by dash. Restricting visibility is the same as restricting accessibility. Restricting, if we're talking about restriction of visibility, is just like a restriction of accessibility. Visibility, the UML denotes visibility with a prefix. If plus sign is present in the diagram, it means this particular block or class is visible in anywhere within the class, as I mentioned in the previous slide. Now the dash is shown as a private. It means this present, it means this block is access only one class and has protected within the same as mentioned here, visible in the class in which it appear and all its subclass. It means it's appear in the same class where it defined and also their subclasses. But in private, it only defined within the class, not its subclasses. And package, when the sign is present in the diagram, it shows the this is a package content, and package content is visible anywhere in the package containing the class in which it appears. Now you all understand about all these symbols. Now moving to the next, an array association. And an array association is like a common binary association, except that more than two association roles involved in it. The UML symbol for an array association is diamond with lines connecting to related classes. As I discussed or explained, again I repeating my words, an array association is like a common binary association, except the more than two association roles involved in it. The UML symbol for an array association is a diamond with lines connecting to related classes. If the association has a name, it is written in italic next to the diamond. Here I'm mentioning some two classes, class 1, class 2, both are associated with an array, because here is mentioning a diamond shape as I described in the lecture. If two classes are related, connected to classes, if the association has name, it is written in italic, and the UML symbol for an array association is a diamond. Here is diamond shape is present. So in these three classes have ternary association because three classes are associated with the n array association, and this association named as ternary association classes. Now moving to the next about n array. An array association can connect more than one class. Notation: student, as I mentioned here, student, advisor, measure. What are the things? These are three classes, and three classes are connected with an array association. As I told you, the more than can connect more than one classes. Here also an example of the array. Here some designing mistake. Reservation is an array association because reservation with train and seat and passenger. Here the reservation of a person is interrelated with three things, and these three classes are associated with the reservation. This is an array example: train, date, and train number. Train is a class. Train has so many trains, and each train after reservation we have some date and train number, and seat, carriage number, seat number, and passenger name and title. These are interrelated or associated with the reservation ticket, and reservation show the connection of all three classes by the n array association. This is an example of an array. An array association we may occasionally encounter an array association among three or more classes, but we should try to avoid an array association. Most of them can be decomposed into binary associations with possible qualifiers and attributes. An array association is continued with this. Here I'm also giving us some example on an array association. It will be show very clear picture in front of you. Student, class having some attributes, course, and instructor. Here the decompose: trained by, student is trained by instructor and enrolled in the class and teach. Course is enrolled by a student. This association is clearly shown here because in the n array association we only see the classes and their attributes. Here I'm giving and showing one picture in front of you. This is a diamond shape. So here is an array association within three classes. First one is student, second one is instructor, and third one is course. These three classes have some association with each other. Decompose these association in this manner. How to these are interconnected and how to these are interrelated. Here a student enroll in a course, and course is taught by instructor and trained student. So the decomposed of this association is very clear to know how these are working or how this diagram show what are the functions going on within the process. Here is three classes: a student, course, and instructor. A student enrolled in course, and course is taught by instructor and trained the student. or we can say student trained by instructor. So these three classes are interrelated or associated with each other. This is the proper decomposed uh, form of the n array association. Now you all understand about an array association. Moving to the aggregation. Aggregation is also a part of advanced class concept, a special form of association that models a whole part relationship between a aggregation, the whole, and its part. Models is a part of relationship. I'm again explaining this. A special form of association that models a whole part relationship between an aggregate and its parts. Model uh, is a part of relationship. The aggregation association represents the part whole relation between classes. Aggregation association represents the part whole relation between classes, denoted by a solid diamond and lines. Diamond attach to the aggregate while line attached to the parts may have all association adornments. Here this and this is defining the aggregation association represents the part whole relation between class and denote by a solid line. Here mention a solid diamond. The shape is here also a solid. It means it's some dark here. Solid diamond and lines. Diamond attach the aggregate while line attach the part. This is a whole and this is the part. As I mentioned in the figure, you can easily pick out what are the things I am going to explain in front of you by this figure. Now moving aggregation, here is a whole. Please mention whole, and this is a part, and this is an aggregation denoted by a solid diamond and a line where attached the diamond is a whole and the line show the part. Aggregation test in the phrase part of used to describe the relation. A door is a part of a car. Door is a part of car. Are some operation of the whole automatically applied to its parts. Move the car, move the door. Are some operation on the whole automatically applied to its parts. Move the car, move the door. Because door is a part of car. So if car is moved, then it means the door is also moved. Are some attribute values propagates from the whole to all are some of its parts. The car is blue, therefore the door is blue. Yes, it's aggregation because the relation of both are interrelated. If this is a part of this thing, it means if the total whole part is changed, so therefore the whole part is changed, so the some part of that thing are also changed. A door is a part of a car is not part of a door. Some pictorial graphic of aggregation. Here pizza is a part of order and slice is a part of pizza, and pizza have crust, sauce serving, cheese serving, topping serving. This graphical representation show how these are work according to the manner, because here pizza is a part of order, but pizza having some crust, sauce serving, these are the part of pizza. It means aggregation, relation, association with pizza. Pizza is a part of order, and pizza is the main part of an part. These are the part of pizza because these are within the pizza: crust, sauce serving, cheese serving, topping serving, and slice also a part of pizza. Now you can easily the know what is the aggregation, association, or relationship, because when we are talking about aggregation, aggregation is a relation with whole and their part. If we are I'm explaining before this example or this graphical representation about car and door. Car is a whole and door is a part. Here some example, also some graphical representation who mentioning here. I am just giving you some near to know the differences between part and whole. Here pizza is a part for order, but pizza is a whole for crust, sauce serving, cheese serving, topping serving, and slice. And these are the part of pizza, but the pizza is part of order. Now you can understand very easily what is aggregation, association. Moving with the next, aggregation and composition. Aggregation is a special form of association that specifies a whole part relationship between the aggregate and a component. Aggregation is the part of relationship. It is a special form of association in which a collection of objects, each having an independent existence, is associated with a single object. Composition is a form of aggregation with strong ownership and coincident lifetime of the parts. By the whole, the part object may belong to only one whole. The parts are usually expected to live and die with the whole. Some slight difference between the composition is a form of aggregation with strong ownership and coincident lifetime of the parts. By the whole, the part object may belong to only one whole. The parts are usually expected to live and die with the whole. Usually, any dilation of the whole is considered to cascade to the parts. Filled diamond. Here the show the relationship. Building floor, computer monitor. This difference between the aggregation and composition. Vehicle, car and boat. Car, engine, back wheel, front wheel. In car, red finds in wheel. These relationships show the composition, because composition is totally, if we are in the in other manner, if I'm told you, composition is a part by the whole, but the part object may belong to only on one whole. If we are talking about building, without a floor, building is not. So floor is a part of building, but this floor is very important for a whole. So here is floor and building having composition relationship, and composition relationship is also a part of aggregation. But this will be a show in a dark diamond and a line. Floor is a composition relationship aggregation with the building. Same for next vehicle. Vehicle is car and boat. Both are vehicles, but car have a engine. Engine and car have a composition aggregation associations, and back wheel, front wheel. These are the main part of the car, because without these parts we cannot imagine of a car. Same for boat. Boat having engine and propeller. If boat don't have a engine and propeller, we cannot imagine about the boat type of vehicle. But both are a vehicle. Car is a another vehicle and boat is a another vehicle. But the aggregate, but the composition relationship between these two, and now you can easily understand by this example, and this will be shown, and this will be a very clear view in front of you. This is represented by a diamond shape hole, a solid black diamond with a line. This relationship shows car engine is composition aggregation association with car. Same for back vehicle and front vehicle, and the another vehicle boat. Boat engine is composition relationship between aggregation association with boat, and for propeller uh, association with aggregation composition aggregation. Now metadata. Moving to the next concept of advanced class, metadata. Thank you, class. This topic is explaining in the next class. Thank you so much.